Christmas, Thanksgiving. A new film from the coked-out mind of Stephen King. In a neighborhood hiding something sinister, Adam Schiff is one man who just wants a clean house and will have a big, smelly problem.
Who shit on my floor? Seriously, I just got this cleaned. Who's there?
Potential Supreme Court nominee and all-around creep Ted Cruz stars in this horrifying film that will make you lose your shit.
Oh my god. Whoever he is, he just shat all over my floor and wiped his ass with that copy of the Constitution over there. And look over there. He lost his balls. They're over there in the trash. Oh no, I hear him. Here he comes. No!
Exactly the opposite of what they're saying now. Everyone has switched positions, and so the whole promo you're pushing about hypocrisy, if you want to say it, you could
The Poopy Man, coming to a theater near you.
say everybody involved in this is a hypocrite. Now,
Ladies and gentlemen, the short news with your host, Alex Mador.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Short News Podcast. Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh, we got a full house. Here. All right. Okay, so yeah, I'm Alex Mador, and this is the show that holds prominent people accountable for being idiots. Thanks for listening to the last episode and listening to the new song Relationship Machine. It's starting to gain some traction, and it's going to be out in a few weeks on Spotify and Apple Music and TikTok and all those other places. And I'm pretty proud of this song. I like going back to my indie roots. It's really refreshing and shows me that there's still a little bit of creativity in this fried brain of mine. Because it really took me a long time to be able to write music again after cleaning up from my Xanax addiction. Like, I completely lost everything creative in me. My brain was legit fried because I was consecutively and consistently doing acid and Xanax over and over again, and I pretty much lost a huge chunk of who I am. It wasn't until late 2019 when I started up this podcast that I started being able to write music again. My brain felt more stimulated. I switched medications to something that didn't zombify me anymore. The creativity started flowing once again, and it was much better. That's how I made the song BFFs, and that kicked off the whole album. This return to indie music feels like finally coming home after a long time being away. It's a big step, not only because I'm making catchy music again, but because I've been clean from hard drugs for years now. My brain is feeling a little bit better, a little recovered. So that this has been a long healing process. There are days where I crave that sedation that I used to depend on, but being away from the traumatic things that have happened and going to therapy has gotten me through all of it. And today, when I'm recording this, it's April 22nd. April 21st, 2017 was when I was hospitalized, put in the psych ward for a mental breakdown that a lot of it was related to I was having mental health issues that led me to drug addiction, and all of that was a snowball effect, and it went down. So yesterday was the 4th anniversary of that, and I've been clean from drugs since then. No, I've done psychedelics like once or twice, but it's been years. Okay, so 4 years since I was hospitalized. And I didn't even realize that until I started recording this. Wow. So Then I got out on the 26th? The 26th or the 27th? One of those days, and then I just dropped out of school and never went back, and now I'm finally finishing up at a new school. But anyways, more music is coming. I'm back into the swing of things and working towards releasing some new songs for the summer. See, I work in like spurts. There are months where I can't stop working, and then chunks of time where I don't make anything at all. But when I make a song, I work fast, not rushed, but I literally do not get up, even to go to the bathroom until the song is where I need it to be, at least so I don't forget how I want it to sound. Then after that, it's just about making minor tweaks here and there, running it through the mastering software, and sending it over to the record company. If I if I worked on music every single week, I'd have another whole album out by now, maybe two. Been almost a year since the last one, and the last thing I released before this was Korean Samba, which was months ago at this point. If I'm really trying to take this seriously, it's time to focus more on the process and be more uh consistent. And now that I'm fully immune to COVID, hopefully I can go out and do things that would nurture creativity, like hiking or hanging out with friends or anything like that. I haven't seen my friends in ages. I'm probably going to cry when I see people again. It's like we've been stranded on an island. Finally the helicopter is picking me up and taking me back to society. Like I have to check my booking agency email. I haven't done that all pandemic to see if there are any events happening with, performance opportunities, any venues. Uh get vaccinated, everyone. If people who listen to this show want to like come see me live, that would be fun. That would be a cool time. Um, I just don't want to contribute to the super spreading, and I don't think that many people would come. I have to build up more of like a listener base, but we'll work on that. We'll work towards it, hopefully. But I've been looking at concert tickets now to see what's going on out there, if anything, because I need to do fun shit again. I need to do anything. Like, what I want to do more than anything, though, is go to Six Flags. I've been tweeting nonstop about Six Flags because I need to go ride some coasters. It's been years of, it feels like it's been years of not having any excitement and being a boring adult. Ugh. Acid reflux. Shit, let me pause this and I'm gonna take my reflux medication and then I'll be right back. Because we don't want this going on for the whole episode. Okay, I took my reflux medication. That should do it. That should help. But dude, the couple upstairs is still screaming at each other. And it's been weeks. It's been multiple days, it's been weeks. Oh my god, my cat keeps breaking in here. This is gonna be a tough episode to record, I can just tell. This is gonna be a big problem. Life has been problematic since my cat learned how to open doors. Oh man. So yeah, this couple upstairs, like either the guy is either throwing this woman on the ground or throwing something because they live right above me and they're making the lights flicker and surge every time they're banging around, which is quite often. So, people on Twitter have told me I need to call the police, and I know that's probably the only way that this screaming is going to stop, the only way we can get some peace. But we're a show that makes fun of Karens all the time. I don't want to be one. And like I don't want to, call the police for a noise complaint. But someone had a great point. They said it's better for the police to take the dude out in handcuffs and take the woman out in a body bag. And gave me some examples of that shit happening, and I was like, shit. So I'm at a crossroads here. I don't know if calling the police is the right thing to do. Also, my apartment has a strong aroma of weed, and I feel mostly embarrassed about that because it's legal, but the cops I feel like will make fun of me for it. They'll be like, "Wow, dude, this smells like strong," and they'll be fucking douches about it, and I don't know, like, and you can't be a douche back because they're cops and they're not cool. But I'll just bring out the soundboard and be like,
Smoke weed every day.
and then maybe they'll laugh. I wish I knew what these people upstairs were fighting about, because it's literally every single day, so I don't understand how they're still together after all this time. And they're speaking Chinese, so I understand like one word out of all of it. And I was like, oh, okay, like they're speaking Chinese, that's why I'm not getting any of this. But it's annoying. Like, how am I supposed to live my life with domestic violence going on upstairs 24/7? Like, I cannot wait to get out of this place. Soon. Very soon. We're getting the fuck out of here. So, let's talk about news. Here's something that made me chuckle, but also kind of made me mad. Okay. So, Demi Lovato got into a feud with a frozen yogurt shop. I'm not lying. This is a fact. You can look it up. Like, she flipped the fuck out on social media, trying to shame a frozen yogurt shop for displaying sugar-free diet products, claiming it's promoting diet culture, like, or being diet culture vultures or something. Like, what the actual fuck? How about instead of using your fame to reach, like, what the? Let me word this properly. So, like, instead of using your fame to reach out to the company to explain why this upsets you, you take it to the internet to try and publicly annihilate their whole entire business. It's a small business, too. It's not like a big chain. She's so over dramatic and Karen-esque, and a hypocrite after doing like multiple collaborations with shit yourself teas and diet supplements. So who's the one promoting this toxic diet culture, Demi? You. Celebrities don't get more annoying and out of touch than Demi Lovato. Like, I understand drug addiction and mental health issues. I just spoke about those things, but that doesn't give you the green light to sabotage small businesses because of something that offends you and only you and isn't actually something that is offensive. There are people that actually want to lose weight, or they're diabetic, or have some sort of condition where they can't have a lot of sugar, that like actually want to better themselves and take care of themselves instead of dying, or instead of being morbidly obese. Like, some people actually want to be healthy, and that's why they put the sugar-free diet products on display. Not everyone wants to be enabled to just be like super unhealthy. Some people, like I said, some people actually want to take care of themselves and do the right thing. Like, there's definitely a toxic diet culture. Those shit yourself teas are not a healthy thing for people to do, but so many influencers get paid to promote them for weight loss and staying skinny, and it's toxic. But as I previously mentioned, Demi has promoted those exact shit yourself teas for weight loss. She's part of the toxic diet culture. So how is she trying to shame a Froyo shop for doing a less offensive version of that? It's not even supposed to be offensive. It's accommodating for other people. It's the opposite of offensive. It's being inclusive. They don't have shit yourself frozen yogurt being promoted by Selena Gomez or something. Body positivity is a great thing. There's a lot of pressure on women to stay skinny like a twig, and that is a scary and offensive thing. But eating a healthy diet and not being overweight, or not upsetting your diabetes, or whatever, is like important. So the two extremes of the problem, the shit yourself teas on one end, and the Demi Lovato acting like diet foods shouldn't exist on the other. We live in a very polarized world these days. But she apologized a couple of days ago. The headlines were hilarious. Demi Lovato apologizes for yogurt shop incident. It's fantastic. I can't wait for her to make a 5-part YouTube series about how she had a traumatic experience walking through the frozen yogurt shop because she doesn't want to be reminded of dieting. Demi, if you actually wanted the yogurt shop to consider what you're saying seriously, you'd have reached out to the company without making this whole thing public. But it's obvious that you wanted the attention completely on you and wanted to be some sort of hero for fat Twitter or something. And then you fell flat on your face. This is an example of when cancel culture goes too far. I only really cancel people for, sexual misconduct or really bad racism. Not for the way a business has chosen to set up their inventory in order to accommodate for people better. You have to be really tone deaf to do something like this. It's embarrassing. Demi Lovato is so annoying. She always does things as loud as possible, not to raise awareness, but to raise people's awareness of her, so she can get attention and likes and views or whatever. She's ridiculous, and people should stop giving her any attention before she tries to topple another business or makes another fake account about a celebrity she hates, sabotaging them and shit. You hear that story? Look that up. Demi Lovato making finstas. Don't get me wrong, though, because I do okay, so we'll going back to body positivity. I'm not into toothpicks. I do like a thicker lady. I'm all about that bass. No treble. You get what I'm saying with that summer of 2014 reference. And I'm glad body positivity is being promoted by people with good intentions. We need more. I can't believe I wrote this down in my notes. Fucking idiot. We need more big old onion booties out there. It's just a fact. But this Froyo thing has gone too far. Okay, that's enough about Demi Lovato. We've got other important things going on in current events. So this is actually important. This is really, really fucking important. The jury, a couple of days ago, determined that Derek Chauvin is guilty of murdering George Floyd. We finally get a tiny, tiny dose of justice being served just this one time. Chauvin is being fucking convicted. Finally, police officer is being held accountable for murdering an unarmed black person. How many of these cases have happened where the cop got off? How many cases have happened that we'll never even know about? There's this one case that I read about maybe a year ago. It haunts me to this day, though, where the police, they killed a black woman while they had her in custody. They beat her to death or something and took her mug shots, but of her dead body, but propped her up and made her look like she was alive, so that they didn't get in trouble for having killed her in custody. They just said she died of mysterious circumstances in jail. But and what, did they get in trouble? Do you hear about that often? You don't hear about that. I don't even know how I heard about that. Somebody showed me it, but it was really disturbing. This is the first of many instances where there is going to be accountability for terrible, unjust hate crimes done by police officers. And this should be a lesson to all cops, that your badge doesn't make you immune to accountability. You can't act out on your racism and expect to get away with it anymore. And yeah, this is a good thing, but it's only one step in the right direction. We need police reform that prevents any more innocent lives from being taken by asshole cops. This isn't going to happen. This isn't going to be the last time that this ever happened. It's going to keep happening. And we have to keep calling it out when that happens, when it does. If no one recorded Chauvin kneeling on Floyd's neck when Chauvin Like, then Chauvin would probably still be a cop out there doing this to other black people. I want to know what his kill count is. You know he's done this shit before and gotten away with it. This is not the first time. I was joking on Twitter all day, taunting Chauvin, saying, better hold on tight to that bar of soap when he's in the prison shower. Otherwise, Big Bob's gonna excavate that ass. Posted a gif of the booty warrior from the Boondocks saying, I likes you, and I want you. Now we can either do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. With the caption, Derek Chauvin's new cellmate. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Fuck that piece of shit. He's a racist murderer. I don't care what happens to him. He's not going to be welcomed with open arms once he gets into that prison. Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall for a couple of days. Imagine the guards. They give everyone their soap for the shower, and Chauvin's is literally just a stick of butter, like literal butter. So it slips all around, all over the place. You can't hold it even for a second. It'd be an awesome jail prank. Someone's got to get Joey Salads into that prison so we can pull this prank on him. Except Joey Salads is a Trump supporter, so most likely he's not on our side. So I guess no Joey Salads. Never mind. Yeah. Joey Salads, how you doing? This is good. We've all been worried about whether or not the law would punish Chauvin for what he did. Even with all of the witnesses and video evidence, people have lost faith in the justice system. So it wouldn't be too much of a surprise if they let another cop off easy. Fuck Derek Chauvin. I hope he meets the booty warrior. Of course, Ben Shapiro had a wonderful tweet about this because Don Lemon tweeted that, from CNN tweeted that justice has finally been served. And I think, and Ben retweets that with the caption, he probably wouldn't be saying that if there was a different verdict. Like, no shit, you dumb fuck. Because if the verdict was different, then justice wouldn't have been served. How fucking stupid of a statement is that? Captain Obvious Ben Shapinas over here, thinking he's dropping facts. That's like if the Red Sox were out of the playoffs and the Yankees were still in, and the Yankees fans were happy and celebrating, and Ben Shapiro would be like, well, the Yankees fans wouldn't be this happy if the Red Sox were in it and they weren't. No fucking shit. Look at Ben coming in with the facts and logic. What the fuck? The facts don't care about your feelings. And the facts are so obvious, but Ben still feels the need to point these things out. Everyone knows that Don Lemon and the other liberals would be upset if the verdict was innocent. Because that would be unjust. That would be wrong. Accountability would not have been put onto Chauvin. But because it was, people on the left, people of color, people who believe in human rights, are happy because the right decision was made. Ben. Maybe if Ben Shapiro was less focused on triggering the far left, spent more time on actual facts and statistics instead of imaginary scenarios in his perfect imaginary world, he would actually sound like less of a little poo-poo pants diaper baby when talking about the Derek Chauvin case. One day we'll take on Ben Shapiro's arguments, but I haven't leveled up to that point yet. I still have to go after easy targets like Ted Cruz for practice. Ben talks too fast, and I'm very slow. But most of what he says is a hyperspeed word salad masked as some intellectually stimulating rhetoric. And he's mostly focused on making libs angry, which I understand is really fun to do, but he's just straight up wrong about everything he says. He's not as bad as Alex Jones when it comes to misinformation, but he's really good at making his viewers feel smart for watching him. Then they go out into the world with skewed statistics and false narratives to spread about people of color and human rights issues. He makes up his own stats, similar to what Ted does, taking the actual facts, excluding the parts that don't agree with his points, and then only presenting the pieces that work for the argument he's trying to make. You can complain about the left all you want. I'm on the left and I complain about them all the time. But making stupidly obvious statements to complain about a police officer abusing his power, finally being punished for it, is ridiculous and sounds salty as fuck. Like Shapiro actually wanted this cop to be proven innocent. These right-wingers have gone full throttle with it, hating on minorities. They're like 100% in. They want to make it harder for them to vote. They want them to get killed by the police without any consequences. And they want the poor to continue being poor. And they want them to be even more poor than they already are. They don't even realize how wrong that is, how greedy and selfish they're being. They don't care who they hurt. And if anything, they want to hurt these people. I'm just glad the court case is over and we have a guilty verdict. It's dragged on for way too long, and this dude needs to be in prison for the rest of his life. Now we also have another racial issue coming up with another black kid having been shot 4 times a couple of days ago because of a altercation that broke out. The 16-year-old who was killed is seen on the body cam footage holding a knife and looks like they're about to stab whoever they were fighting. That's when the officer fired 4 shots after telling her to drop the knife. Yeah. So like, people are kind of like, they're arguing over whether or not the cop should have shot this person. Personally, I think a taser would have been fine here. If they were really of a threat, taser does the job. So yeah, this is different from the George Floyd, Derek Chauvin situation, which is like very obviously like, okay, like this did not have to happen. George Floyd was not weaponized at all at any point. I don't really know what to say about this one other than cops need a new weapon that doesn't kill. The solution to stopping crimes isn't always to kill the person doing the crime. If they're able to take multiple white mass shooters into custody without killing them, they can do the same thing with a 16-year-old black kid with a knife. That's why people are upset, and that's what upsets me about this. We shouldn't be okay with kids getting killed by the police. There is obviously a better way of dealing with someone with a knife, especially a child. This is an issue that needs to be addressed from multiple angles. Otherwise, it's going to keep happening. We also don't have the context as to why this altercation with the knife was even happening. We don't know what the fight was about. The girl seemed really distressed and probably needed some sort of help or assistance, but we'll find out more in time, I hope. People are wondering why the cop didn't use their taser. That's definitely a good question. Or I guess the question would be, after so many years, how are tasers not reliable enough to shoot from that distance in the year 2021? And are not effective enough to be used instead of a gun in those types of situations. It's beyond me. Just make better tasers if that's the issue. You have the resources, the funding, the technology, all of that shit. We can make a better taser. That would have been enough to keep her from hurting anyone. She'd have been temporarily incapacitated, and everyone would have been safe. No one would have died. So that's an issue that the police's only solution to an altercation is to kill. This is why people on the left talk about police reform. Obviously, we can't abolish the police. That would be ridiculous. But can we at least get them to stop killing people when there are better ways to go about stopping crimes? I don't know. I'm sure Ted Cruz has a lot to say about what's going on in this current social climate, this current political climate. I got a link here to a video we can play here of our good pal Teddy. I love you, Ted. No hard feelings.
Let's bring in Texas Senator Ted Cruz. And Senator Nancy Pelosi was asked about this. Let's put it up on the screen for everyone. She said, no, I don't think that Maxine Waters, should apologize. The question posed, do you think that her comments incite violence, though? And she said, no, absolutely not. We are going to hear from the Republican House members at 10.
Oh, look at Ted.
What do you expect them to do?
He's shaking his head. He looks all stern. He looks like somebody farted. He looks like he farted, and he's trying to be like, oh, who did that? Who did that? Who did that terrible, horrible gas? It wasn't me. I know. Oh, I'm the only one here. Shit, I just gave myself away. I always do this. I never let him speak. And the worst podcast host goes to Alex Mador.
What would you advise the Democrats to do in this situation?
Well, listen, I think that the House, of course, they should censure Maxine Waters. She does this over and over again. She was on the streets encouraging protesters in Minneapolis to engage in violence.
Wait, so you're gonna blame the other side for inciting violence when you and the president, the former president, Mr. Orange guy who lives in Florida now, you guys enabled and encouraged the angry mob to storm the Capitol. So really, who's doing that? Who should be accusing who? Who did accuse who of what? Damn, I'm so stoned today. If I seem off today, I smoked a whole joint of like a pack, like a fatty, like a fat, thick, juicy. It's that Doja Cat, dude. It's that fat, thick, and juicy Doja Cat kush. I'm in so much trouble.
The world has changed. Nothing is the same as it once was. Not since the event.
I was just doing what I do every day on Reddit, lecturing women on how they should be feeling about their own life experiences and making my daily contributions to the men going their own way sub. It was a pretty manly day, if I do say so myself. My wife's sister was cooking in the kitchen, which is where we put her bed so she don't have to leave the kitchen no more. She can just keep cooking. But that's when I saw it. That terrible film.
Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's called WAP. That's when I saw it. Women showing that they're in control of their own sexuality. Women in control? That's when I found out they were getting smarter. They were evolving. And I knew I had to stop them.
Billy Bob was gearing up for a fight, but he didn't realize that the fight was coming home to him.
So then I go down to the kitchen one day and my wife's sister Rita, she ain't there, which is weird because women don't go outside the kitchen. I didn't even think she knew that there were other rooms in the house, but then I check out the computer room and she's in there, butt-ass naked, talking about swiping someone's nose on her wet-ass P-word, and I was like, heaven almighty. So I had to put her down, Old Yeller style, which you can do here in Alabama. It's the quickest way to divorce a woman. Anyways, it was terrible. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B ruined my marriage by teaching my wife's sister how to think for herself. We can't have that here. Join me in keeping America manly. One donation of $5 will go into the titty of the next stripper I try to court as my wife.
So join Men for America. Come, save us from independent, strong, sexually liberated women. No one wants that.
Hey, what's up? It's Alex. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Oh, let me just play a quick soundboard here. What do I have?
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
And like a lot of us are really smart. I'm really
Ding
smart.
ding dong.
Oh, I love the Wendy Williams ripping ass one. Yeah, isn't that great? That's like, I know H3 has that, but I needed it too because it's just so, like, that's great. That's fantastic. I need to make it louder. I don't know how. Well, I could probably master the audio or something and make it sound much louder. Turn up the gain. I don't know. I don't need to talk about this right now. We're supposed to be roasting Ted Cruz.
to engage in riots. Listen,
To
in
engage in
Minneapolis
riots, even
and all
though my
across the
side
country,
did that too.
shop owners, cities are preparing for violent riots, and there are Democrats like Maxine Waters who are encouraging. They want to see more stores looted. They want to see more police cars firebombed. They want to see the violence because they think it serves their political ends.
When did Maxine Waters specifically say she wants to see police cars firebombed? Let me find this. Maxine Waters, because I haven't been too in the news. The Maxine Waters problem. Used KKK tactics to intimidate Chauvin jury. That's what. Oh, Dershowitz. Fuck Dershowitz. He was on the Epstein plane. That dude doesn't. So what did she do? What was the problem? When America's officials does any standards for public or personal behavior. Let me see. Maxine Waters was asked whether she was inciting violence by telling the demonstrators arrayed around her in Brooklyn Center to get more confrontational. She responded with the politician's user key response that she isn't about violence. Where is it saying? Oh, this is an opinion piece. Who is this idiot? Daniel Henninger? Probably a Republican who probably loves Ted Cruz. Because how do you get...
She's inciting rioting.
From get more confrontational. Get more confrontational means bother your politicians. Like, go to the people who matter and protest to them. It doesn't mean get violent. It doesn't mean riot or loot. Where is she saying loot? Get more confrontational. Where in that does it say looting? Nowhere. Nowhere, Ted. Not on a boat, not on a plane, not on a train, not on a fucking automobile. What else do I have to say?
Oh, well, I must have misheard because, I went to the doctor and, they gave me hearing aids instead of testicle transplants. And I don't know why. Now everything is all warped.
I don't know. Fuck that guy.
The dirty little secret is...
Dirty little secret is I have no testicles. You need to know this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I said it to Maxine Waters. Everybody knows I do not have testicles. And that is why I sit in this spot on your show 24/7 at your beck and call. I don't go anywhere. I sit on where my testicles would be, and it does not hurt because I have none. So, that is my secret, my dirty little secret, if you really needed to know.
As Maxine Waters' comments were, they're not an outlier in the Democratic Party. You have Democrats encouraging this.
Let me just say again, she said be more confrontational to the protesters, not go riot, go loot, go burn everything down. No, be more confrontational means fucking be more confrontational.
This violence. For example, the last time we had riots all across the country, Kamala Harris raised money for the to bail out the violent protesters who were committing these acts of violence. And
well, you're just throwing all of the protesters into the violent category. That's not true. I've seen plenty of protests in the past year that have been completely peaceful. So that's bullshit. And if it gets violent, then usually there's video evidence of the police escalating it to the point of violence. So when Ted says this, he is lying. The one thing Donald Trump was right about, he called him Lion Ted Cruz. He is Lion Ted Cruz.
And today's Democratic Party has decided that violence can benefit them politically. I think it's wrong. I think we should condemn violence from any political perspective.
Last time, I don't like violence because last time I was in a fight when I was in high school, they shoved me into the girls' locker room and they left me there naked, and I was horrified, and I got completely beat up by the girls' soccer team. Like, they just kept kicking me where my testicles would be, but they weren't there, so I didn't get hurt that bad. But I do not support violence because I am scared of women beating me up. I have a fear of women being able to kick my ass because it is very, very possible, probable, most likely 100% going to happen to me.
The right wing, left wing, or no wings at all, violence is never acceptable, and we ought to be keeping people safe. Sadly, that's not where the Democrats are.
You need 2 or 3 votes from Democrats to get a censure if it comes to that. We'll see whether or not it does. Chad Pergram, our congressional correspondent, last night reporting that several Democrats are upset. No names given, but Democrats are beside themselves about Waters. That was his headline, especially after the judge called her out from the bench. We'll see where that goes. Another topic, the Green New Deal is going supersized, Senator. Here is the proposal now. Biden administration wants $40 billion. AOC and Bernie Sanders are now talking about $172 billion. I guess it's not in the trillions.
Well, I mean, how much money do we put in the military that we aren't putting into the American people? See, that's what they're not telling you, because Fox News and Ted Cruz are both very pro-military spending as much as possible. So they're not going to say, oh, we could allocate the money properly where it needs to go instead of giving it to police so they can have tanks and crush fucking cars in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Town of like 8,000 people. Sorry, I smoked that loud pack, that Derek Chauvin loud pack today. Happy belated 420, everyone. The thing you don't know about old Teddy, he smokes that good old reefer, but only CBD. Only CBD. I don't partake in THC. I've heard that you could see God, and I'm not ready for him to judge me based on all of the terrible mistakes I've made. I'm not ready. I'm just not ready to do that and face how terrible of a person that I am. Because last time I saw God, I was in church and I was praying alone, as I always am, because I'm usually most likely alone. And I was praying there to God, and I was like, Dear Lord, please give me a sign that I'm doing the right thing. And then he came down and he was like, Teddy, you just gotta get your shit together. Teddy, you have literally no balls. And you will never get any balls. And everybody hates you. And then he flew back up to heaven, and that was that. And you know, that really stuck with me. Also, my kids don't love me, and my wife won't touch me. Not that that's related to this $40 billion infrastructure plan, which we don't need bridges and internet and fucking technology. We don't need those things. We can just go horse and buggy. We can just go horse and buggy and drive little tinky winky boats. Little winky boats, you know? That's what we can do.
Yet.
Well, and look, that's just the public housing piece. So that's one piece of the Green New Deal.
Okay,
You
people
look
need
at the
homes.
Biden infrastructure
People need homes.
plan, and it is in the trillions. It's at 2.6 trillion. You've got AOC up on the screen. Her Green New Deal, the full Green New Deal, is $93 trillion. $93 trillion is $600,000 for every single household in America. I've got a suggestion for the Democrats. See if they can find 10 households willing to contribute $600,000. And the only caveat is their names can't be things like Zuckerberg or Gates. If they're not billionaires, I challenge them to find 10 households willing to do that. They can't. And so what they want to do instead is have the federal government put that debt burden and those taxes on everybody. I think this is a serious mistake. I think it is bad for the economy. I think it destroys jobs.
You're just bad like a sheep. I think this is bad for the economy. Sorry.
And we're going to see, unfortunately, a lot more of it from Biden and Schumer and Pelosi.
I was curious about how it affects people in your state that maybe work in the oil industry. These are people that many oil companies are also trying at the same time to figure out a way to be innovative. I know that Exxon announced yesterday a big carbon capture innovation that they're trying to work on. There's some oil companies are willing to do a climate tax, a carbon tax. In the meantime, you have workers who are actually trying to put food on the table with the jobs that we have today, not the jobs of 50 years from now.
Well, Dana, you're right that if the objective is to clean the environment, everyone wants a cleaner environment. We all want cleaner air. We all want cleaner water. The best
I just happen to like oil a lot more than I like clean air.
way to do that is innovation. Last year, the country that led the world in reducing carbon emissions was the United States of America by far. And what the Biden administration is doing is they have this deep antipathy to U.S. energy production. The United States is energy independent today. We're the leading producer of oil. We're the leading producer of natural gas. And the Biden administration wants to stop that. On day one, he signed an order shutting down the Keystone Pipeline. That killed 11,000 jobs with a stroke of a pen. It killed
That pipeline was not good for the environment. What are you talking about?
8,000 union jobs, good paying jobs.
Okay, but give those people jobs that have to do with something that's actually fucking good for the environment, dude.
The people of Texas, you asked how they're feeling. They're feeling under assault. Texans want jobs. We want to go to work. We want to provide for our families. And this Biden administration, they've made a decision. They had a choice between do they listen to California environmentalist billionaires or do they care about the jobs of union workers? Both have traditionally been Democratic constituents.
Yeah.
And what Biden and Schumer and Pelosi have decided is the money from the California billionaires is a lot more important to them than the jobs of the steel workers and the truck drivers and the working men and women. I think that's a serious mistake. I think it has also caused the most important political shift of the last decade, which is the Republican Party becoming the party of working men and women. I think that's who we are.
Yeah, but
I think that's
Senator,
who we should
here's
be.
the rub. I mean, Democrats are going at it alone on this. When you had that meeting in the Oval Office yesterday and Senator Chauvin from North Dakota said there's broad support for infrastructure, I believe a bipartisan bill is possible. We've got to do it in a targeted way that doesn't raise taxes. I don't know how you get Republicans 4 years after they cut taxes to go back on that vote from 4 years earlier. We will see then. Please come back.
Well, they cut taxes for rich people. They gave rich people tax cuts. When obviously, if you're making more money than everyone else, you should be proportionately taxed. So that, like, the person who makes like $9 an hour isn't paying the same amount of taxes as someone who makes $9,000 an hour. You know what I mean? That's not fair. That is legitimately not fair. It doesn't make sense. It's just that Republicans are the ones that are like the rich white people that don't want to give up their money. They don't want to pay taxes. I've had arguments with family members that are like this. What, you want me to pay more taxes? Like, well, you should. I shouldn't be paying the same amount of taxes as you. I shouldn't. I don't make a lot of money. That doesn't make sense. That fucks me over. You don't get fucked over by that. If you're rich, you don't. And your money will be going towards things that will help other people in this country instead of you just hoarding it all for yourself to what, buy another boat? Fuck do you need a boat for? You're not going anywhere. It bothers me a lot because, you know, like, of course it's the Republicans that complain about the taxes being raised. The rich white Republicans don't want to pay more taxes. And that's what that is, and that's what Ted Cruz is trying to say, but he doesn't want to come right out and say it. Fuck that guy. He twists everything to make the Democrats sound like these evil people. Dude, you're the one on the side that hates gay people, poor people, minorities. That's all Republicans. Speaking of people that hate minorities, it's time for Keeping Up with the Karens, where we look at the most recent videos of Karens freaking out in the wild, out in the public, bothering, grocery store clerks and people like that. So, we're going to get into it. Let me make sure this is a good one. Okay.
Would be like.
See her? Do y'all see her? Do y'all really see her? Like, so if I beat her, what? If I knock her, you have 3 seconds to get out of my way. I'm gonna beat the.
Move out of the way.
1.
Nana, please.
Tell her to move. I'm gonna whoop your grandmother. 2. Can you please move, please? Can you move, ma'am?
No, I'm not. I'm not letting you in this building.
Can you move?
That's racist. Even the kids are like, Nana, please. Stop being a racist, Nana. She lives here. So, it's a black woman not being allowed into, I think, like an apartment complex because this old white lady doesn't believe that she lives there. That's what you got going on.
You on that phone? Is it a resident of this building? Is it a resident of this building?
Here's an old woman, guys. Tell your Nana to get her out of the way. Nana, please. Out of the way. Don't you.
You're gonna go in and rob somebody?
Do you hear her? You need to get your hair done. Just take a look. This crazy as fuck. This right here. She just stood in the middle and held me. Then she said, I'm gonna go rob somebody. You racist, dirty, nasty.
Listen to the kid, Nana. He obviously has more common sense than you. And now that was just checkpoint number 1. We still have to go through checkpoint number 2.
Hey, they've already been called.
Okay, I don't like the music being in the background. I don't want to get copyrighted on YouTube. One sec. Let me find a better one. Okay, I found one. Down!
I want the camera out! Who gave you permission? I need your names! Oh, you just did an illegal phone thing! You always work here alone! What's your name and number, Norma Kay? You come here all the time!
I have never been here in my life.
That's a lie! Oh, give me the film and the camera! I've had it with you photographers!
What?
You're a photographer! Give me the card! Give me your card! You're here, Derek Chauvin, get out! Don't smart to me you did before! I want the film! I want the camera!
What did we do wrong?
You're what?
The film? Nobody uses film anymore.
Trespassing! 2 illegal photographs! 3, you're not allowed! 4, you've been yelled at!
Sorry for the hassle.
No, you're not! You'll do it again till I do something to stop it! You want to give me your name so you can explain your story? Jeffrey, what?
Hamilton.
Jeffrey's a you photographer!
Get on the floor.
Motherfucker! You are terrorists!
You're a terrorist.
You fucking providing your cows to supply shit weapons!
What?
Hold on, I'm recording you with my hand because you're being abusive. I'm calling the cops.
Now get out!
What am I?
Get out!
Oh my God. I'm gonna record you. I want it back. I don't trust you making my food. I recorded you flipping me off. Okay, give me my money back. I don't trust your food. Give me my money back, please. Say fucking again on the things I'm recording it. I'm gonna be posting this, so.
Your receipt, or I can't give you the fucking refund.
The fucking refund? I cannot believe your language. Can you guys believe this? I'm at McDonald's in Salem.
I can't give you a receipt, or I can't give you a refund.
Oh.
Go ahead and call the manager tomorrow.
No, you can give me my food then.
Somebody.
Someone spit in it, this lady just said. Hey, I'm not.
Oh wow. Well, I trained him.
Oh wow.
Damn, that dude just housed that whole bottle of Smirnoff Ice.
You said you want us dead.
I do want you dead.
Always seen this one.
Some black dude snap. Some black dude.
Wait, what?
Die.
I just looked at some black dude snap. I
Uh-huh.
don't know how the trash got onto my page, but burning flags in a very nice part of Portland, the area I'm near. And I just want to let you know, if I see anybody burning an American flag, black or otherwise, I'll hate crime your ass so hard
What?
that you'll be calling yourself Kunta Kinte. So
Jesus.
let's grow the fuck up a little bit.
Jesus.
Burning flag is gonna do nothing but get you, your ass stomped even blacker, or dead. Because the funny thing is, you American hating assholes.
She's from Portland, Oregon. Okay. Can we get more info? Can you give me a name? I want a name. Because, like, you can't... How do you say this online? No, first, how do you record yourself saying this? AirPods in and everything. And then publish it. You watched it over and then published it. And probably hashtagged it so you could, like, reach out to more people. That's how this got out. But, like, you have to be really fucked up to think it's okay to say something like that. I will hate crime your ass so hard. So you're literally threatening to hate crime. You're threatening to do hate crimes. That looks really good for you. You dumb white bitch.
Go to any other country and see how you're treated as an African American. We gave you freedom.
Okay, you also brought them here and against their will. You fucking hunted them down like animals, then hooked them up to a boat and made them come here and do all your dirty work on plantations, you fucking cunt. Like, we gave you your freedom, you fucking bitch. Literally. No, I can't say anything.
You dumb, unthankful pieces of shit.
She was gonna say a different word. She wanted to use that N-word. She was about to. You see that? You didn't see that, but she was.
You can thank us, the Republicans, for letting you act like assholes like you are right now. Because I guarantee, if we were able to have slavery again, I'd make you all slaves just so you wouldn't act and destroy our cities anymore.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we gotta go burn flags in front of this lady's house. She can't hate crime us all, right? Or can she? Do we want to find out? Because, like, that's... you. How do you say this and get away with it with no repercussions? I hope she at least lost her job for this. You cannot do this.
You make us regret abolishing slavery. So that's pretty fucking cool. Good job, guys. And before you illiterate assholes blow up my DMs like I give a fuck about your opinion on Black Lives Matter, just know I don't. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I give a fuck about my city, where I grew up for 33 years, that you're destroying. That's all I give a fuck about. I give a fuck about the safety of my son and my family. The one you idiots are putting in jeopardy. by acting like fucking animals. So, no, fuck you. I don't care about your DMs. Block me if you don't like what I have to say. The truth hurts. Burn a flag, burn a black person, I say.
Oh, what the fuck? Alright, like, who's gonna run up on this bitch? Who's doing it? Who's doing it? No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. No, don't do that. That was a joke. That was a joke. Okay? Do not do that.
If you all weren't so brainwashed.
Especially because if she's saying these things, she most likely has weapons. So do not run up on this person. Not a good idea. She's scary as fuck. Like this is some serial killer shit.
Brain dead. You'd see what's really going on, but you don't, so keep writing.
But he asked you to move back nicely. And I was on my cell phone thinking and going forward, and then you think you can call me a bitch. That is not what happened. That is exactly what happened. There's kids here. Lower your voice. You don't get to call me a bitch. You need to fuck off. You leave yourself. Why would you call somebody a bitch? Tell me that. Because you stared at him. You are not keeping your distance, and you're spitting. I wasn't keeping my distance, so you think you can call me a bitch, right? You snapped at him. That is why he said that. No, why we're having babies right now, and you're spitting. Because unless you're ready, that's why he asked you to. Okay. He asked.
So she said, unless you want to brawl, then that's the only way that you can call me a bitch. I would probably be like, okay, let's go. Let's fucking go. You really want to do this? You really want to do this? You have one more chance. Okay. Ding ding. Susie, you're laying on the microphone wires.
Fuck is your asshole name?
Uh-oh.
Fuck you, bitch!
Fight at the dog park?
I'm putting you on citizen's arrest
Are you serious? For what?
I'm putting you on citizen's arrest. I saw one yesterday when I was off from recording. That some dude was like, I'm going to citizen's arrest you. I'm gonna citizen's arrest you. Stay here. Stay here. I'm citizen's arresting you. And the dude's like, no. No.
Because look how close you parked.
Okay, I'll move my car.
No, you're not moving your car. We're staying right here till the cops come.
No, I'm going to move my car right now.
Why are you calling the cops about parking too close? You can't citizen's arrest somebody for that. What is the problem here?
Right here. Stop filming me!
Stop filming me!
Fucking matter. Why don't you call people like...
Hey, hold on. Hey, pause that.
People from Madison Park, Seattle were having a beautiful and educational youth-led gathering with a black and people of color guest speakers. And this white lady with her dog shows up.
Pause for 1 second. Hey, excuse me. Whatever we are doing here, we need to hold that down in solidarity. This moment right here, this is not our focus. This person's story right here, what's your name?
John.
John, what are your pronouns?
He, him, son.
John, this man right here, that's where our attention is going. He deserves it. His story needs to be told. That's what we're going to focus on. So let's go ahead and come here. Everybody file into the front. We're going to stand right in front of John and listen to his story. Let's all
People tried to peacefully ignore her, but on her way out, she called them the N-word and called the cops.
This way. Turn your body this way. Your shoulders. Shoulders. Thank you. This way.
Fucking matter. Why don't you call people like...
Hey, hold on. Hey.
Today! That's right! That's right! I'm right today! What did you say? What did you say?
Oh, she got physical?
What did you say?
My white face. I don't give a fuck. Your mind stinks. Your fucking mind stinks. Wake the fuck up.
Get out of my face.
Wake the fuck up. You wake the fuck up. You're hurting. These people are getting killed because of your sick fucking mind.
Hell yeah.
You calm the fuck. You don't fucking say that. You call me that. They're killing people because of your mind. They are killing motherfuckers.
What do you mean? I talked the N-word because the moment that I walked up there,
horrible thing to say.
the moment that I walked up there, they started accosting me
Lady, you should just leave.
because I'm wearing this. Maybe that was.
But of course, the white lady is the victim, right? Fucking. That's ridiculous. Like, they can't even gather for like a Black Lives Matter meeting without having the cops called on them by some white lady who has nothing to do with them, who shouldn't be, who should be minding her own business, but isn't. That's annoying. That's really annoying. And I'm so sorry to black people that this shit happens. I don't know what that's like, but I do know it's terrible, and it's unfair, and we need to better educate white people on how they're being ignorant, why they shouldn't be doing the things that they're doing, and that we're all equals. But that's easier said than done. Like it's going to be hard to, win those people over or educate them. They're very stubborn and they don't want to listen to anyone but themselves or President Trump. Because President Trump gives them what they want. Anyways, let's go into a relationship advice before we close this out. Let's see. Let's find a good one. Okay. Should I, 32 female, be worried about my husband's 39 male coworker, 21 female? Okay. I can't figure out if this is my own insecurity or if I should really be watching this woman around my husband. They are coworkers but different departments. She's come over a few times with other coworkers for drinks after work. She has a long-term boyfriend but has also mentioned looking for a girlfriend. So I'm not sure if her relationship is rocky or an open relationship. My husband is very flirty by nature. He spent most of his teens and mid-20s working as a server, and while it was cute, harmless flirting with an 80-year-old woman, I've had to help him see that it's taken a bit different when you're flirting with a woman your own age or younger. So this coworker and a few others came over earlier this week to decompress after a long workday. I'm not going to lie and pretend she doesn't make me feel insecure at times. She's 10 years younger than me and has a great body. So we were all sitting around when she started talking about her past relationships and started bragging about how she used to sleep with her ex-boyfriend's father as a teen while she was with the ex-boyfriend and some prior bosses she had fooled around with. Then the conversation goes to the new work cameras and how she is upset they're putting cameras in the parking lot because she's had sex in the parking lot so many times because there weren't cameras before. Every time this coworker comes over, the conversation seems to turn sexual. I chalked it up to immaturity and attention seeking, but then she rubbed me the wrong way when she made a comment about my husband being her spirit animal when he made a joke as he was walking out of the room, then watched him light her cigarette for her later on that night when we were all sitting around the fire. That little gesture really annoyed me because he doesn't do little sweet things like that for me. We've been married so long that I am an afterthought when it comes to romance. Well, do you smoke? That's the first question. But no, I'll stop. I'm sorry. So did I address it with him and let him know I wasn't comfortable with how he acted around her and how his flirting makes me feel? Okay, so I did address him. Sorry. So I did address it with him and let him know I wasn't comfortable with how he acted around her and how his flirting makes me feel. Our conversation felt good, but I don't know if I'm just overreacting or if I should keep an eye on this girl. It is depressing as hell, but I just can't rely on my husband not to cheat. He is almost 40 and insecure about his aging. I try so hard to make him see how sexy he is to me, but I'm sure a young, hot 21-year-old sounds better than a 32-year-old with mom pudge. You don't underestimate that mom pudge. Come on, love yourself. You gotta love yourself a little more. I'm just feeling nervous, but not sure it's warranted. The woman has always been nice to me when I've been around her, I just don't know. Edit, just to give some background info, husband has been unfaithful in the past. Oh, here we go. First time was in the very first few months of our relationship, then found out years later he had been sexting with random women online. I've confronted him, and we've been working on reconciliation for the past 2 years. He says he's not interested in this girl. I just wasn't sure if I was looking too far into her behavior. I already told my husband his behavior toward her seemed inappropriate. He apologized. I don't want to make things awkward if I am making more of it than it really is, but I just wasn't sure. Well, that's definitely an uncomfortable situation to be in. Like you don't, yeah, this one comment, you don't have to allow someone who makes you uncomfortable into your home. Exactly. Like, this person does not have to be a part of your life if you don't want them to be. And, the bigger problem here is that you said, I don't rely on my husband. And then mentioned that he's cheated, been unfaithful in the past. That is a problem. So you need to focus on trusting whether or not you can trust him, because this is a young 21-year-old girl who's trying to have a fun time, and she's like seeking some sort of adventure in her life. And it is up to your husband to not entertain that in any way, but it seems like what you're saying, you can't trust him not to. You have to be able to trust that he won't do that, and if you can't, then is this truly salvageable, this relationship, this marriage? Or are you just, holding on to something that you can't even trust in? Again, I'm not in, I don't know you guys, so, this is just my best opinion. You need to, a relationship is about trust. If you don't have that, both parties are going to be miserable. It's not good. You don't want that. Anyways, I gotta eat lunch. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much for listening to this show. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter, Alex_MADORE, or Alex Mador on Instagram. You can find the OCD support group on Clubhouse. I'll be there Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 6 p.m. New York time. All right, guys, I love you very much, and peace.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location, yes. You want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location, and it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets for Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SB56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.